Right, have some work to do. As you can tell, I'm on the roof. If you've been watching our videos for a while, you'll know that when we set off on this trip, I was sick for a week and a half before we left, and so was Natalie. So there was a lot of things that we should have done that we haven't, and one of those things was roof maintenance, because it's really bad up here and I've been really bad at just managing it. So we haven't got any water leaks or anything like that, but I can see there are areas on the roof that need to be redone. However, the first thing that's annoying us is the kitchen MaxxAir fan. So the old one is here. The rain sensor doesn't work, which is this little thing here. So when this detects rain, this closes. It doesn't work. So there's a few times when we've left this open and we've had a big puddle in the kitchen where the rain has gone straight through. It's old, it's not great, and also I want one with the cover. So I could have bought the cover. I could have just bought the cover and a new rain sensor and fitted that. Would have been fine. However, obviously, I went too far and drunk bought the MaxxAir Deluxe, so we're going to fit that. But the first thing I need to do is I need to clean everything around here, because when I take all the sealant off and pull the fan out, it needs to be a clean surface. So I'm going to clean around this for now. It's pretty late in the day. I've been working all day, so I'm going to try and clean around this for now, and then hopefully that should mean tomorrow, if it's good weather, I can rip all of this out and fit the new one. So, cleaning.
Really makes me wonder. Ooh, it makes me wonder.
Alright, what I have here, we're in a campground, so I don't really want to use a hose or anything. So I have an old water bottle here, and I've put do not drink on it so that Natalie doesn't accidentally feed it to the dogs or something, or herself. I've mixed in some 303 rubber roof cleaner. Apparently that's the best thing for this. Grand Design recommend it. I've seen it on a few other YouTube videos as well. So I'm just going to pour some of this on and just clean all the way around the outside, which should take, I don't know, half an hour. The other thing I got was a really soft brush. You don't want anything too harsh on this, so this is just something just to agitate the dirt, and then we'll rinse that off. So I won't make you watch this, but here's what I'm going to do. Another tip for you. Last time I did this, I cleaned the outside first and then I did the roof a couple of years ago, and when all the water, when I rinsed it off, it all went down the side of the RV, and the RV had all dirty stains all down the side, so I had to rewash it. So if you're planning on detailing the RV, make sure you do the roof first and then the sides, not the sides and the roof like I did last time. Alright, I spent about half an hour just scrubbing this down a bit, not too hard, just agitating the dirt to run off. So I've done that, and I also did the one at the back there. We're not doing anything over there, but this actually wouldn't take too long to clean the whole roof like this. It's not immaculate. I'm not going to repaint it quite yet. You'll notice these black lines as well. They're completely normal. It's just where the wood, where the panels of wood are, and then you just get, like, you know, I guess it's the heat maybe coming up from underneath where it's touching the top. So again, been told that's completely perfect. It's fine. All right, it's getting a bit late, so it's going to be dark very soon. I'm hoping it's going to rain this evening. There are storms blowing over, so that should help rinse off everything else that I've put on here. So I'm going to leave you here, and I will pick you up tomorrow where we'll be fitting the new fan. All right, next day, lovely and dry. Everything's all clean. It's looking pretty good. I've got a few things here. Got some plastic scrapers and a metal scraper. I want to be careful with the metal one because I don't want to rip the roof. And I've never done this before, so I'm not sure how difficult it is. So I just need to scrape off all of the gunk, the Dicor that's on here, to get to the screws. I did check the rest of the roof. It's not too bad. I'm going to have to do something about some of it at some point, but considering I've been very lazy and way behind on my maintenance, it's actually looking pretty good. So my priority is to get this fan in. I think I have a few hours. There's like a 35% chance of rain, so I have bought a tarp just in case I need to stop halfway through. So I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to spend a couple hours probably cleaning all this stuff off to get this old fan out. Then we can get the new one in. Interesting tip. All the screws are fine on here except for one, which is actually okay, but if you can see, it's slightly rusted there. Now that means at some point there's been a water leak. Only a really small one, but the water's been getting through to this screw. So you can also find that, like on our Nautilus system where we had a leak, the heads of the screws are rusted. So if you ever want to know if you've got a water leak, you can just pull one of the screws out and you'll see that it's rusted inside, which means that you have a leak somewhere. It's pretty common. A little leak like that is fine. If that was all the way rusted through, I'd be a bit more concerned, but quick tip there. All right, next step. One thing, I apologise. This is gross. This is nasty. Like, it wasn't that long ago I cleaned this, but that is disgusting. And I'm embarrassed to show you this. However, we do a lot of cooking in here, and we always put this fan on when we're cooking over the stove here. So, anyway, one thing I was doing there, I was just pushing up to kind of loosen this off, because it's still a bit of the, well, you have the putty around the side, the levelers around the side, and then you have the butyl putty tape underneath. So that kind of, you know, creates a water seal. So I've loosened it a little bit in here. Now I'm going to go up on the roof, and I just need to kind of pry it off the roof liner and then start clearing up. Back on the roof. Alright, that was nowhere near as bad as I thought. One mistake I did make though is pushing the fan up. You probably shouldn't do that. I've taken the staples out that were holding the roof down. It's not a big deal, they have a ton of screws around it anyway. I don't have a staple gun with me, so I think once if I can get it right and then screw it back in, that should definitely hold the roof in place. The actual putty, the self-leveling stuff around the outside just peeled up by hand, so that was nice. I thought I was going to spend hours doing this. However, the butyl tape is a real pain, so I think I'm just going to have to, I've got it pretty flat, I just need to probably just put the next layer on and then let it all sink in together. Oh, man, it is so hot. It's incredibly hot here and humid. I'm a little bit worried a storm's coming through. So, right, I need to go get the other fan and figure out how this goes on. I think we put a frame on and then we stick it on top. Let's go have a look. Just to prove to you how hot it is, the camera keeps turning off because it keeps overheating. All right, so we've got the wires. I've got the fan up here. We've got a black and a white wire in here, black and a white wire in the roof, which is supplying the power. It actually comes with, I can't remember what you call these, but whatever, they're clips. So make sure you have a crimper to hand. This isn't the best one. I've got a better one somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I should be using better crimpers, I'm going to be honest, but this is fine. Let's see it's working. They're only little. Doesn't work. I'm not sure why. I'm going to check the wires and things, but I just connected it to the same wires as before and they're both exactly the same, 12 volt 5 amps. It's not the controller, because the controller uses, we have a little control panel on the wall that connects through this. What's this, an RJ45? No, I can't remember what it is, but I don't need to plug this in because it has a remote. So it's something to do with the power. So anyway, I think it's probably I'm doing something stupid, so let me just try and figure this out. What did I say? 30% chance of rain, and it did. Luckily, only a bit. There was a thunderstorm that went over, just missed us. Now, the reason I'm out of breath is because I've been up and down the ladder like 10 times, carrying the fan. And yes, I did something stupid, and it was very simple. At some point, I was very careful, so I don't know how. At some point, I blew the fuse, and I didn't think to check that before troubleshooting everything. I connected the fan up to another 12 volt source. I didn't video it, sorry, and it works fine. So I ripped the clips off, thinking they might be the problem. My crimping was bad. No, did all of that. Checked the fuse, that's all it was. What a dumbass. Alright, so it's on. got the butyl tape on. Now I have a choice now. There's a couple of different things you can do. You can put it all together, screw it down, and then use the typical Dicor lap sealant. These, they look different, but they're exactly the same thing. One of them has Spanish, the other one doesn't, but it's identical. The other option you have is this. It's the Eternabond tape. Now a lot of people swear by this, and we have used this for a slight rip over there where we hit a branch, and this is fine. This holds up really well. So you have a choice of either or both, and I think I'm going to do both, and I think I'm going to put this on first, just around the edge, because there is, you may have noticed, there's a couple little tears in the roof lining there. I'm not sure if I did that. It's very possible, but if not, I think I can use this, and this will overlap, and then I'll put the screws in, and then I'll use the Dicor on top of the screws. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not planning on ever removing this unless it breaks, obviously, but if it breaks I'll just buy another unit or get this swapped out, and then I don't actually have to take this frame off anyway. So in theory this frame should never come off unless someone's upgrading or changing it.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin. You got the white knuckles holding on the tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside.
That's gone pretty well. I'm just going to test fit this just to make sure. Then if this is all okay, I'm going to get the Dicor, go over the screws. I actually slipped my screwdriver here, so I'm going to put that on here and anywhere else I think we need it. Before I do that, I don't want to use the whole tube on just this. So I'm also going to go and check around the rest of the roof to see if I need any more touch-up bits anywhere. I am planning on removing a lot of the stuff around the roof, so I'm just going to see if there's anywhere to touch up. Right, let's see if this fits. Oh, beautiful! All right, well, I'm back inside now. Before I go and do the Dicor, I just want to make sure this works. I had to rip the things off because I thought that was the problem, my bad crimping. It wasn't, it was the fuse. So I've just got these, I can't even wire nuts to just clip this on. And by the way, I'm sorry if some of the camera keeps cutting out on all the stuff. Apparently you can't use GoPros in warm places. It's not even that hot, I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's pretty hot when you're doing something, but I wonder if they're like, hey, let's make an action cam, and you know, so people can go and ski and stuff. Okay, can you use it in hot countries? No, no hot countries, overheat. So it keeps overheating, so GoPro, sort your shit out. Right, I'm back inside in the AC now, so let's get these all wired up. Whoops, I thought the power was off. It works. The cool thing about this is it does come with a remote. Now, I voted to put this in our kitchen because that's the fan we use the most. However, we have one in the bathroom and you have to manually open it, and Natalie can't reach. So when she has a shower, she just puts the fan on. And it's not going anywhere, it just blows it around the ceiling a bit because she can't reach the thing. So I might have to get another one for that. Can't quite afford it right now. But anyway, so this, if I turn this on, it opens. Oh my god, it's so quiet. I mean, it's on lowest setting, but let's see what happens. How do I turn it up? Okay. That is way quieter than the last one, so that's fantastic. So the cool thing, the reason why I bought this, just before I go up and do the Dicor, the reason I bought this is you can have this blow air out or suck it in. The other thing is it's always covered. So even if it's raining, you can have this working when it's raining. It doesn't have a rain sensor because it's always covered. What else does it do? You can change the fan speed, you can set it to a temperature so that when it detects a temperature in here is a certain temperature, it will open the fan and you can set it to go either way. That's all I know now because this is literally the first time I've turned it on, so I can mess about with it. But from what I've seen, this is the best one on the market. We are not sponsored, we are not affiliated. I bought this with my own money because I think it's the best one. So if there's any better ones, let me know. And we'll leave a link below to, we bought it off Amazon I think, so I'll leave a link below. So I am ready for the Dicor to go on. I hate this stuff, I'm not good at it, I'm not good at siliconing anything, so just don't judge me on this, okay? So I'm just going to put it over the screws and try and block it. If there is any rain to come in anywhere around here, I'm just going to see what I can do. So please don't judge me.
We do this every day, and and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through
Bloody GoPro. It's overheating again. Anyway, there's my handiwork. It doesn't look too bad actually. I didn't do the best job, like I said. I knew that was going to happen, but it looks pretty tidy. I'm happy that I've used both. I'm pretty happy about that. There was a few spots I've just touched up a few little bits. Our front cap I've had to touch up with some Dicor. I had some left. There's a bit in the back corner over there by the steps that I've redone that as well, and I think that's just the pressure of the steps on the roof, so it didn't need it. Nothing had any leaks or anything, but I just wanted to touch it up because I don't know when I'm going to have time to do this again. So a couple of things about this fan. One thing I don't like is that the remote, it comes with a remote and you have to point the remote at the fan. It's infrared, like old school, like TV, so you have to point it at the fan for it to work. That's irritating. One thing I do like about it, well actually there's a lot I like about it, most of that I've already mentioned, but one of the cool things is if we're parked up on shore power and the power cuts off, this is 12 volt, so this will use the battery power. Now you can set this to auto, so let's say you set it to auto at 78 degrees and the AC shuts off, you lose power, we're out around Acadia National Park or something and the dogs are in here. Once it reaches that degrees, that will then open and it will suck the hot air out. So obviously if you're in a hot place, it's just going to blow hot air around or, you know, whatever, cycle the hot air, but it does give airflow, so that's good to know. That's a good safety tip for the dogs. We do also have smart RV stuff, so we will get alerted if the temperature goes too high or the AC power goes out, but that's excellent to know as a backup. Right, Natalie's back from her gallivanting adventures, swanning around somewhere. So this is the cover for the inside. It's basically exactly the same as the old one, but I'm lazy and I don't want to clean this, so I'm going to use the new one that came with it. Problem is they make it much thicker, so if you have a much thicker roof you can cut it down. So all I've done is I've measured this round and then I'm going to cut this. I hid the wires up in here and then I'm going to put this on, 4 screws, same place. Jobs are good. Alright, they say you should use a little hand saw to cut this, but I don't have one. The only thing I've got is a jigsaw. Don't know why I brought this.
I'm sure you bought the little...
I did, but this is going to be easier, so let's just see if this works. That's going to snap.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll put the camera down and then you can hold and keep it steady.
Okay.
That was easy. Not a very good cut, but it's alright. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Alright. Have to screw it in. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you don't treat this as a how-to. Go easy on the comments on my DIY skills, especially my my caulking skills, so just go easy, be polite maybe. And so thanks for watching. I'm going to put a video up here I think you'll enjoy. Hit the thanks button if this helped, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you'd like to support Natalie and myself a couple of tits, then go ahead and hit the join button. Alright, we will see you in the next one.